All right. Thanks so much, Dan. And thanks everyone else for being here. Thank you to the three of you. This is such a hot topic right now. And it's funny, Dan from SportTechie had mentioned to me, Caty, that you spoke at this conference a year ago about Top Shot. Now, a year, a lot changes. I mean, goodness gracious, not just the pandemic, but everything that has happened in this space. I've been covering crypto since 2011, and yet right now NFTs, which are so new, even within the still pretty new crypto space, it's the biggest story. It's what everyone wants to know about. And guys, I do a lot of these panels. I always want to start by not assuming that the audience kind of knows and understands already the technical stuff here. So I guess, Caty, I'd kick it over to you and ask you, how do you begin to explain Top Shot to a layperson? When people are asking you about this stuff, how do you explain to them without trying to do a deep dive into, Ethereum and blockchain and flow blockchain and NFTs?
So we've spent most of our kind of consideration on Top Shot hiding the blockchain pieces for that purpose, to make it easy to explain that Top Shot is a collector experience. And the joy of it being on blockchain is that you really own the things that you own. And so we can't ever wipe your account. You own all of those things the same way you'd own a jersey hanging in your closet, except that they're much easier to trade and they're much easier to buy and sell in a secondary market. And so you can come in and find some really great moments in the past 2 seasons now of the NBA, collect those, create collections. As you're opening packs, you're going to get some stuff you like and some stuff you're ready to put out there on the secondary market. So it's really an environment for collectors to come and celebrate the sport of basketball.
Roz, you've become such a kind of public advocate of Top Shot and a collector, and you've talked about the sense of community. I'd ask you the same question. How do you explain it to friends when they ask you, wait a minute, I don't really understand. It's video clips, but as skeptics love to say, well, wait a minute, I can see the same highlights on other platforms. How do you explain the ownership here?
Well, for me, I entered using Top Shot as someone who was curious, as a basketball fan, as someone who maybe the idea of crypto space and certainly an NFT at the time was foreign. And a little bit intimidating, to be quite honest. I'd actually heard of Top Shot weeks before I started to use it, and I almost forced myself to try it. And it was actually a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I bought a few moments, like my first 3 or something. The next day I woke up and immediately sold 1 or 2 of them. I was freaked out. I was like, what did I just spend my money on? And I really, I didn't fully understand the concept, and I got nervous. They were immediately grabbed up. And if I look back now, I think one of them was like a LeBron play too that I got for $100 or something. But I think for me, what I would explain it as is, it's a fun way to collect your favorite players. For someone like me who watches the NBA daily, or whether it's League Pass or national games, it's a way to look forward and anticipate the top biggest plays that everyone's talking about in my communities, whether that's NBA Twitter or my group chat. It's a chance for me to anticipate and try to grab that moment. It's also, I feel savvy because I know the game, and I feel like I'm making intellectual choices on players that might blossom over the course of the season. There's an intellectual side, there's a fun side, there's a collector side. And actually within my group text, we've created our whole own Top Shot group text to not bother those who aren't on it. But it's a community move too. On drops, we're all together. We're talking about who's in, who's not, what you got, and actually it's made better fans of some of my friends who are like, well, what do you think of this young player and things like that. So for me, it's enhanced the friend groups that I already have. And then I've met a ton of new friends in this space that are honestly, at the moment, I talk to them almost daily, my Top Shot friends. So I've gained a lot of community.